Luke Byrne, a frustrating 0-0 draw to start the season.
Yeah, it is frustrating to see. I think we've played quite well overall, to be fair. We've created a lot of chances. We've had 1-2 maybe chances off like kind of a little bit lapse in concentration from us, but I actually thought we played quite well overall. Just frustrating we haven't won the game. Obviously, we need to be more ruthless, particularly in their box.
Drogheda started both halves quite well. They kind of came out like a ton of bricks. Were you expecting that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first game of the season. You're never going to get an easy game, particularly first night of the season, wherever it is. Drogheda have had big turnover of players, but they've a lot of experience still in the team. They are Ryan Brennan, the likes of Gary Deegan, so they know what it's like opening night, and it's no surprise really. To be fair, you'd be like that most weeks. Though we did say to us tonight, you never get an easy game, particularly opening night. How
different was that Drogheda team to the one we faced in pre-season, a friendly where we ran out comfortable enough winners?
Yeah, they played a different formation in pre-season. They started with a 3 at the back, we were 3-0 up, and then they've gone to a 4, and they've obviously come out tonight and played a 4, probably with an eye on that game. But we could have been 3-0 up at half time tonight, so wouldn't be having the conversation, but that's football, I suppose.
As a defender, you're obviously in the middle of that back three again, different bodies either side of you. How did you get on with the 2 boys either side?
Good, yeah. There was one incident first half, myself and Gav, probably miscommunication. Also a new goalkeeper, Tyreek is new, Farreller's played everywhere I suppose, so it was new, but a lot of experience there with Paddy and Connor. You could drop Paddy into any back 3 or 4 in the league, I think he'd do well, so I'm sure we'll get better as the season goes on, and Cameron's come on to them very well as well.
How nice was it for you to start the game? So during pre-season you had a couple of little niggles. How nice was it to lead the team out tonight again?
Yeah, it meant a lot to me. A few weeks ago I really wasn't even thinking of this game. I never thought it was going to be even in contention for it, to be honest. It's just come around so fast. The plan that the club have put me on to get my body right, I just reacted to it well a lot sooner than we thought, so it became an option to play tonight, and I said to the manager the other day on the phone, I said I'll always be available, always, so he's played.
I have to ask you about your tackle at the start there, just a rush of blood to the head, was it just laying down a marker maybe?
Yeah, first night of the season, Ryan, he's been here before, shit talk on the pitch, but probably did just get a bit excited and just thought I'd just leave him on someone a little bit early, but look, that's I've got the experience now of red card, so I know how to stay one side of the line after getting booked.
As a back 3 or 5, or including Connor, it's probably a 6. How frustrating is it when you do defend well, you limit the amount of chances the opposition get, and then I'm sure you, like most others, probably started to wheel away when the chance fell to Matty Smith. How frustrating is it when you put in a good shift, keep your clean sheet, but it just doesn't quite happen up the other end? Yeah, look, it's frustrating when it's covered. It's just frustrating. You don't look at it as like we're back here defending and you're up there missing chances. It's never like that. It could be the other way around. We give a shit goal there looking back, but it's actually not really like that, to be fair. It's just at half time we felt if we came out and played the way we had been playing, the chances would come. We didn't want to chase the game, because I think last year we've chased games, had 0-0 even first half, and we've been stung, and the team has to grow up this year, and I think we did show maturity in the second half, but again, we missed those chances, and last year I would say we weren't ruthless enough in our own box. Tonight probably we weren't ruthless enough in their box. It took us, I think it was nearly 6 games last year to get a home win. How big a deal is made of that, of just trying to get the 3 points, get the monkey off the back and be able to kind of move on? Is that something that's in the thought process at all? Look,
it was building last year, obviously. Hasn't really, it's been mentioned, it's not been a talking point this year. I think it's because the manager doesn't change whether we're home or away, or whether we're going to play Rovers or UCD, with all due respect to the both of them, either ends of the table last season. So I think it's because it comes from the staff and their mentality each week. We don't really, it's not like we have to really target home form. Obviously we would like it to be better, of course we would, but we more so have a target of points that we want to get this season and wins, and whether they come home or away, it's not the biggest deal, I suppose.
The manager spoke during the week about not as big a turnover of players this year. It's kind of more of the same group you had last year. How important do you think that might be leading on through the season, that more bodies know each other, you're more familiar with each other, you're kind of just dotting players in and around the pitch? How much do you think that's going to help this year?
It's massive. I think it's the biggest thing, biggest positive to come out of the off season is the amount of players that we've held on to. I think the manager would say he's held on to everyone that he wanted to. So if you look back to the first game here against Pats last year, I would have thought I knew my role within the team, but asked me again in July last year, I didn't have you know, had 50% of the knowledge on that opening night of what I needed to play that role, and to know what had to expect from players around me. And I'm sure the other lads would say the same about their own game. So fast forward 12 months, everyone's way more familiar with not just how we play, but how we train, the way the staff work, get to know each other as individuals. It just makes people more comfortable. Even just getting to know this place, and what it's like here on a match night. It was a big step up, I think, for a lot of lads last year. So you can't underestimate that familiarity and that consistency in the squad.
You mentioned at the start there that Joey said in the dressing room you don't get an easy game in this league. Next week we obviously go to Richmond. It's a huge Dublin derby. The following week we're home here at the Balls, another big Dublin derby. Is it a good start to the season in terms of fixtures? Like, are you happy to be going to Richmond this early? Would you rather maybe just kick down the road a little bit?
Nah, well, I want it now, yeah. They're the ones, the Dublin derbies, everyone looks for them in the calendar, and because we're happy we've had a good pre-season. Obviously we lost Griff this week, which is unfortunate. Other than that, we kind of had everyone available that we thought we would, so we played a lot of games, had a lot of sessions. I would be surprised if there's anyone fitter than us in the country, so we want to just go and play everybody ASAP, to be honest, really.
The most important question, I'd say a lot of people will be wondering, how's the body? How do you feel after that?
I actually feel alright, there's times in the game where I'm in pain with my knees, but it's something I'm just going to have to live with and play with, and I wouldn't say I was at my best tonight, but considering the lack of football I've had, I'm relatively happy with how I played. Ask me tomorrow, I might give you a different answer, but no, I didn't feel it limited me in the game. I felt I could play the way the manager wanted me to play. It's just the body I have now, I've got to live differently, recover differently, prepare differently, but I will do anything to play here every week, so I'm not giving up on my football career without a fight, I suppose. And look, I'm obviously not at that stage. It was a period where I thought I might be, but I'm not.